your money you're going to pay back that you can put into a wiser investment.
Hey, bro, just let you know you're on screen now. You were off screen for like a good 7 minutes.
Oh, okay. Listen,
Sorry, did it?
like I said, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I just wanted to be like, hey, you're good.
All
So
right, thank
I'll
you so
leave.
much,
Like,
man.
you're good now.
All right, all right. That's JP Wheels. I am JP Wheels. Everyone on the internet. He's gonna go back to sleep, but I thank him for you know all the love and support there because he's awesome. You know, and you know, like I said, don't be a fool. Drop out of school. You know, you can put that money into like buying a house or a car or a kilo, or you can invest it in the stock market. Uh, you're paying $100,000 for a piece of fucking paper. A piece of paper that's saying that you went to class, you read their books, maybe you learned a few things, maybe you got some marketable skills. For the most part, college is about getting laid, going to parties, learning things that you can't learn in books anyways. So why waste the money, yo? But to all the high school kids, all right, especially whatever the fuck they call this generation now, um, you know, just enjoy this time in your lives. 4 years goes quick. It goes very fleeting, and it can really be the time of your life if you make it that way, man. You know, so just like I said, man, enjoy high school, have a good year, learn some things. Uh, don't let all the small shit, you know, uh, blow you. Uh, make some friends. I mean, the world is about making friends and helping one another. You don't need the most. You don't need to be the most popular all the time. Fuck social media. Anyone between the ages of 13 and 18, I got 2 years of advice. And maybe it's because I grew up in the 1980s and 1990s before all this bullshit happened. But fuck social media. Just try to be in the real world as much as possible. Because back in my day, we didn't have the internet, so we wanted to be popular. What we did is we did all the drugs, we had all the sex. We won some football games. Uh, you know, like for example, if I was a high school girl and I was getting called a slut, I would just become the biggest slut in the whole school. I would become the queen of suburban legend. You know, I would, man. In today's day and age, I mean, if I had this technology back from 1988 to 1992, I would have been a god. You know, but back in our day, we didn't have this. You had to like find your niche. You had to be like a jock, or you had to be like the grunge kid, or the burnout, or the smart one, or the funny one, or the one that God rest my best friend Jordan Soul. Love you, guy. The king of detentions. You know, but yeah, man. If you're a nerd, then you're a nerd, man. Back in my day, if you were a comic book nerd growing up and you wore comic book shirts in high school, you most likely weren't doing, were considered like a loser or whatever the fuck. But now nerds rule. We conquered the world because we're nerds, motherfuckers. Nerds. We rule the world now. Recognize. Just a friend. I probably don't have anyone watching this. Once again, shout out to my homie JB Wheels. I love that guy.
List of out of with clickable button. Post a comment out of it. Graphic avatar. Clickable. Share your referral link.
We have referral links and avatars? That's interesting. Now, another thing I want to talk about, but everyone having a blessed and amazing school year. I hope everyone's enjoying their last little bit of vacation. We're seasonally uncool. I think this is October, not August, in the tri-state area right now. It's just amazing. So enjoy the weather. I just hope we don't. This isn't this first telltale sign that we're gonna have a horrible winter, but it is only like 67 degrees outside. But that's just how that goes. But I did watch something between last night and today, and what I watched was, I listen because it's old school radio. I'll show you guys what I set up. I was gonna drink a Liquid Death Fruity Pebble, but I changed my mind. Superman. If I can watch Superman or listen to this old 1940s Superman radio show, it's called Superman. Let me get the exact title.
Speech on.
I think it's Superman, the Caper of the Fiery Cross. Open YouTube.
Create. Subscribe. You. Chat. Robin Williams live on August 28. To you all. Rob Will Jasmine August 20. DC Hype. Untold Legend. Mary Jane Conspiracy Rat. Why naming the wrong 10 wrestlers? You wake up. Did not relax. Superman vs the KKK complete radio adventure 2 hours.
All right. You either Superman versus the KKK or Superman the Fiery Cross.
Speech off.
And this was done in the early 40s, early 50s, late 40s. And such an amazing 3 hours worth of radio. It's basically Superman versus, they call it the Fiery Cross, because they did, in reality it's Superman, they're the KKK. And it deals with racism and terrorism, and they do it in a way that isn't woke, that isn't, or by today's standards of woke, whatever the fuck that means. And they don't do it in a way that's watered down or trying to teach a lesson, but at the same way be inclusive. There was parts of this show that were these shows that were downright racist. But it was that time. We were just coming out of World War II. People were scared. People were frightened. As we are today, just for different reasons and different things. This is why I think the character of Superman overall is an amazing character. Because that's all you have to do is change his surroundings and modify whatever you need to modify to tell the story of the piece, and you can go, man. It basically centers a bit, around this Chinese family, and the kid is, a really good baseball pitcher, so Jimmy places him on the baseball team. There's another kid who's like the nephew of the Grand, whatever the fuck, the Grand Emperor of the KKK or the Fiery Cross. He's like, that's right, he's the head scorpion, I think is what they call him. And it's just like one piece of racism after another, and it's all talking about stuff that we can be talking about now. How this is stuck in America, where it's not just one religion, it's just not one ethnicity. We are a motherfucking melting pot, the greatest country in the world because of that. Yeah, so you can also send us in a 3-issue comic book miniseries.
StreamYard. Studio. Profile 1. Microsoft Edge window. Stream. Clickable. Graphic avatar. Graphic YouTube. Graphic clickable. Share your referral link.
Fuck my referral link.
Cookie bet out of clickable button on it. Post a comment edit multi out of it. Graphic avatar. Clickable.
But it's Superman Smashes the Klan. Issues 1 through 3. I believe there's a trade paperback as well, which adapts this radio show. But it's on YouTube. And if I had half a brain, I would post a link, but I don't have that at the moment. But it's awesome. A shout out to my neighbor's dogs who are barking their heads off right now. Yeah, they're having like a doggy party. All the dogs in the neighborhood, they're talking about getting laid and getting some brewskis. You know, chilling in their huge dog houses that look kind of cool. You know, if anyone wants to buy me at one of those big time inflatable dog houses, that would be kind of cool. You know, I don't have a dog yet, but they just look cool, man. You can go camping in those things. Those big plastic inflatable dog houses just look awesome, bro. So I saw that. I'm gonna watch Peacemaker season 2 later, episode 2. You know, don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the weekend yet. You know, still cat sitting, and I'm spoiling that cat. But yeah, that's just where it's at, man. I also want to say that can we stop re-releasing movies every fucking year? I know they released Batman 1989 last year for the 85th anniversary of Batman, and that made sense. That made perfect sense, man. But do we have to have another one-day release this year? Because it's in Dolby Original Sound or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's great to watch the Michael Keaton Batman on the big screen. You don't have to twist my arm that hard. But it just feels like the art of being in a movie theater for something special lately is dead. And I don't know if it's because I've gotten so spoiled with HBO Max, Paramount Plus, Wicked, Netflix, Hulu. Oh boy, Adam, you better fucking mention my thing. Oh boy, Disney Plus, bitch. Oh boy, Disney Plus. I just don't go to the movies the way I used to growing up. Back in the day when you had Abbey Cinema in West Milford. It's now on TJ Maxx because that's what the ShopRite Corporation wanted in there. That's what this dumbass town of West Milford wanted in there. Woo! We're gonna be a special town. We want TJ Maxx. Yay! We want the TJ Maxx. So, you know, so we don't have a TJ Maxx. We could have had a movie theater there, but no. Now, whenever you want anyone in the town of West Milford or Upper Greenwood Lake wants us to go see a fucking movie, you know, like Batman or the Avengers Endgame or Pineapple Express or any cool movie, man. You gotta drive all the way to fucking Wayne, you know, to the Cinemark XD and the AMC that's over by the Walbrook fucking mall. I go to the city myself because the Alamo Draft House in the financial district is just awesome, and the Ewok 25 on 42nd Street is just awesome. But it would be dope to still have the movie theater I grew up in and watch the movies that made me the man I am today in. It's hard to go to the Warwick Drive-In up in Warwick when you don't drive. But I'm actually happy that they're still there. But like I said, Abby, God rest Abby Cinema's soul. I was sad to see it go over about 10, 11 years ago now. Maybe a little longer. And it angers me. But every time you want to go see a movie, but you don't want to drive that far, that we have a fucking TJ Maxx in my fucking town. Fuck TJ Maxx. I miss the old ShopRite strip. In the West Milford town. Yeah, back growing up, liquor store that always kicked me out because I was always trying to buy alcohol when I was underage. You had the Rite Aid, which is now a fucking Verizon. The Marshall Hill, the Wells Fargo Bank may have just been another bank back in the day. You had the Radio Shack, which is gone. You had the arcade, an amazing arcade. I think that closed back in the 90s. There was a second arcade that opened up after the original arcade, which was a front for some drug dealer. So there was a comic book store / arcade. That only lasted 3 months because the guy got busted for stealing coke out of the back room. But West Milford used to have that ShopRite Center used to have a soul. Now it's got nothing, man. It's got a Verizon store. It's got, which is actually pretty decent. It's got the liquor store. Because that's all West Milford has anymore in this town is pot shops and liquor shops. Shout out to my good friends at 420 Somewhere over on Union Valley Road. They're in the same, they're 3 doors down from DeMarco's Pizza. Once again, DeMarco's Pizza is at 1926 Union Valley Road, New Jersey, 07421 973-728-1344, DeMarco'sPizza.com. Tell them by now, it's like, I love that place. As I get some water. Weezer got the water. Weezer got the water.
Cookie out of clickable button up. Post a comment at out of it. Graphic avatar. Clickable. Share your referral.
We got referral clicks. Once again, also, please tell my good buddy, I am JB Wheels. I am JB Wheels everywhere on the internet. I love that guy. Thank you for popping in here and letting me know that I'm on screen. I don't know why I wasn't on screen, but that's just how that rolls. Oh, my computer sucks. That's what it is. My computer shit. I got shitty computer. I got the shitty computer. Shitty computer. Shitty computers. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I also want to say I'm super excited for the first season of Beavis and Butthead on Comedy Central.
Speech on Instagram. Now. Christopher eBay. 5 minutes ago. Speech off.
Also, check out my homie, the comic book guy. Do you want to buy a really cool online comic book shop? Check out thecomicbookguy.com. Tell him Blind Adam sent you. Love that dude. I'm going to see if I can get him to give us some type of good discount link. And I will get back to you about that. I got to place an order with the dude. I haven't had a chance to do it yet. Because I'm getting out of a business deal that no longer works for me. But I don't need to be talking about that on here yet. Because that's how we roll, baby! Yeah. Oh, I think there's a little cat. I think we get the little cat. I thought they put the putty cat. I think they put the putty cat. Oh, cat. Hey, we got the putty cat. Weasel got a putty cat. Weasel got the putty cat. Sit with this. Come on, buddy. We're gonna put you on camera, buddy. Look. Come on, buddy. That's my friend, right? It's just look. Look, buddy. You're on the podcast now, buddy. This is my Adam's my best friend this week. He's giving me tubies. He's taking care. Ow. Don't be a mean cat. Don't be mean. I'm not trying to use what I'm not trying to scratch you with claws. Huh? Am I trying to hurt you? No. Why are you trying to hurt me like that for, you little fuck? Oh. You're a fuck. You're a fucktard. I ain't trying to scratch you. When you jumped on my lap before, but no. I picked you up to give you a loving hug on Awesome Sauce Radio. You're a cool cat. You're an awesome cat. Alex Sox. But no. You gotta be a little asshole and scratch me. Because that's what you fucking do after I gave you 2 tubies. Charles, I gave you tubies and munchie crunchies. Passion fruit, those passion kitty cat snacks. And I gave you dinner 2 hours before that. And this is the gratitude I got, huh? Huh? You think you're tough, huh? You're a tough little cat, huh? We love you, buddy. You're such a cool cat. I know, I picked you up. I know you didn't mean it. You're a cat. You're a cat. You're a brat. You're a cat. You're the pretty. We got ourselves a putty cat. Yeah, his claws hurt, man. It's not that bad. You gotta stop being mean, dude. You're mean. Don't be mean.
Cookie bet out of clickable button unavailable. Post a comment out of it. Graphic avatar. Clickable. Share your referral link.
Yeah, man. Having pets is great. To anyone who's having anything wrong with their mental health, I suggest just you don't even have to have your own pets. You can go to like an animal shelter and volunteer for a little bit. But there's just something about being around pets that's fucking awesome.
Speech on. Shortcut. Find my short poem.
Right, fuck
Speech
you.
off.
Views. Also, please go check out my short I made on the Liquid Death Fruity Pebbles. They made Fruity Pebble water, which tastes just like the cereal. It was decent. It's a little on the sweeter side than I would have preferred, but I think that's how the cereal tasted anyways. Since I'm a Cocoa Pebble guy. Yeah, that's how that rolls.
Speech on. 7:44 p.m. Speech off.
I was expecting a phone call. Sorry about that, guys. I know, I just want to make sure it wasn't that. That's what I heard it. It is what it is, man. I also want to say another thing that makes me feel like I'm getting older is I graduated high school 33 years ago. And 30 years ago, and it'll be 30 years on September 9th, the WB Network premiered. And All right, it actually premiered in January of '95 as a network, but Pinky and the Brain, which was just a two characters from Animaniacs, got their own show and became legendary. The legendary Pinky and the Brain. And that was September 9th, 1995. It was on the air to about 2000. It had a remake last year or year before. No, Animaniacs had a remake in 2022. There is a phone sex scene in one of the rebooted episodes. I know that got some type of hubbub done. But that's just, like I said, I never think that everything and everyone gets older. And we need to appreciate what we have while we have it, because you just never know. And it just is what it is. I mean, I got going a little early because I'm not going to lie. I am distracted tonight. Between the cat and, haven't been sleeping well the last couple of nights on and off. And just got some stuff on my mind. So I just want to thank everyone for allowing me to come on here, tell some jokes, rant and rave, go cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, and have a good time with you all. Once again, I want to thank the Marco's Pizza for sponsoring the show. They are the official pizzeria of Awesome Sauce Radio. I love that place with all my heart and soul. 1926 Union Valley Road, New Jersey 07421, 973-728-1344, themarcospizza.com. Also want to say, if you're going to be in New York City November 22nd, please stop by the Big Apple Comic Con. Big Apple Comic Con is November 22nd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you're at Archie Comics, Dan Parent's going to be there. If you're a fan of horror comics and Lady Death and Coffin Comics, they got Brian Polito. They have the creator. I don't know her first name is Kristen. I don't remember how to pronounce her last name, but she created that comic book Hench Girl. Cosplayers, after parties, TikTok diner. It's New York City, baby. It's the concrete jungle where dreams come true. So, www.bigapplecc.com. Tell them why I sent you. Mike and Peter, I am going to take care of that piece of business between now and the end of next week. I do apologize for the delays. Of course, October 24th, 25th, 26th, we got Exotica. The Exotica Expo will be at the New Jersey Convention Center. And if you are a New York City stripper, cosplayer, model, actress, sex worker, streetwalker, and you want to make some dollar for the holla holla, and you want to work for an amazing company cosplaying, selling your ass to make the American cash, hit me up. I'm actually looking to hire a couple cosplayers for various events. Also, I'm just looking to I got some lap dance videos I need to film. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching Crackcore Confessions and all. Just Google Crackcore Confessions. It's like reality TV meets porn, and Crackerjack does a really good job with it. But I want to take a crack because all these girls, they're from like Florida and Maryland and like the Southwest, Southeast, East, West, North, South. They're all on a compass, bro. They're all directions, bro. Like a compass. Yeah, buddy. But they're basically, it's documentary style porn where he interviews the girl, the crack addicted prostitute, about their lives. And then he gets a sucky, 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 sucky. Sucky, sucky, lucky, lucky. Sucky, sucky, lucky, lucky. Sucky. Yeah. Suck a lollipop, my friend. Suck. Yeah. Suck a lolly, suck a lolly, suck a lollipop. Wait a minute. Lollipop, you gotta suck a lollipop. So they give out lollipops at the bank. Is that the bank's way of saying that we're all suckers? Interesting. Well, I'm gonna go listen to some more classic Superman radio. The guy Amazon who played Superman in the Superman radio series.
From Wikipedia.org. The radio series The Adventures of Superman ran from 1940 to 1951 and would feature Bud Collyer as the voice of Superman.
Bud Collyer, he also played Pluto in Popeye. He played an amazing Superman. Without the radio show, we wouldn't have Kryptonite, Jimmy Olsen, The Daily Planet. The whole Up and Away thing was created for the radio show. The It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman was just done for the radio show. The radio show, the Adventures of Superman radio show with Bud Collyer, is such an amazing part of the Superman history. And I say their crowning achievement is the Caper of the Fiery Cross, aka Superman versus KKK. Superman smashes the Klan. There is a documentary on how it was made, which is awesome. I'm probably gonna watch some Peacemaker. Gonna probably help me at Delta 18, some mozzarella sticks. They go bang, bang, bang with a boom, boom, boom. Yep. But like I said, I am looking to hire some, some ladies. If you know how to give a lap dance, that would be a plus. If you have experience as a cosplayer, that would be a plus. Now I don't know what I'm gonna pay for this yet, but if you're a hot chick, blonde hair, blue eyes, big tits, nice thighs, with an ass that can fit in a glass, and you can go face down, ass up, face down, ass up, face down, ass up, and let me give you dress up as Harley Quinn, or Spider-Gwen, or Supergirl, or Gwenpool, or Hardcore, or someone cool, and let me eat a bagel with cream cheese off your ass crack, and then give you a spanking. I'll pay good money for that. That's what I'll do. Yeah. But I just want to wish you all a beautiful Labor Day weekend. Remember, you don't need sight to have a vision. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. Remember, you're never alone. There's always somewhere to listen. If no one has said that they love you today, I love you. There's help out there if you need it. There's always someone there to listen. You can follow me at Instagram at The Real Blind Adam. You can catch me at minivid/Blind Adam, eBay /Blind Adam, TikTok /The Real Blind Adam, Whatnot Comic VIP, X at The Comic Pimp. Like I said, be safe, do not drink and drive. Remember to roll your own blunts. Use a condom, use the force. Go cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I love you all. Change your underwear too. That helps.
Banner left.
Teddy Sprinkles!
Skip to edit live. Clickable awesome soft. Clickable button restart. Clickable button pause. Clickable button end screen. End screen outro video. Clickable button set outro button not yet. Button end screen.